What's up everyone, this is Luke. Today I'm going to be talking about the biggest mistake that you are making when you're placing sports bets. If you bet on sports, whether you're doing it for fun or whether you're doing it for profit, I imagine most people are trying to turn a profit when they bet. I can guarantee that you're either making this mistake regularly or you've made it at least a few times in the past. More likely than not, you're probably making this mistake every single time that you bet. Even if you don't make this mistake, you probably know multiple people that are, so it's important that you understand what the problem is so that you can explain it to them. I try to explain this to my friends on a regular basis. It pretty much goes in one ear and out the other, so hopefully you can learn this lesson today and use it and apply it going forward, because it really is important, because you are losing money. It's a huge leak in your betting game. And I'm going to teach you all about it in this video so that you know exactly how to avoid it. If you're familiar with the website or the channel, which isn't many of you, you will know that I previously was a big gambler. I used to gamble away a lot of money when I was younger until I found match betting. I'm not going to sit here and pitch match betting to you, but if you are interested in looking into what that is or how to do it, I've put a link in the description below. You may find it useful. So when I found match betting after becoming a gambler, it actually put me off gambling altogether. I didn't want to place any bets that weren't matched, that weren't risk-free, so to speak. But then as I became more experienced, I learned about value, and I learned that actually sometimes placing normal bets can be valuable. There is an edge that you can find every now and again. Nowadays, I'm fine with betting as long as I know that I have an edge, or as long as I firmly believe that I've found value. And that's what this video is going to be about today. Value. That probably sounds really boring to many of you, but I'm going to break it down into two parts, nice and light-hearted and easy to understand. And I'm going to kick it off by asking you one thing. Do you honestly think you're a profitable bettor? Do you know other people that think they are profitable bettors? Yes, you probably have won an accumulator or two before for a few £100 or even more, who knows? Your friends have probably sent you bet slips or put them online of their wins. Do you honestly think they're profitable bettors? I have one question that I can ask you, or I can ask them. Have they ever been restricted from a bookmaker? Do they get banned from placing bets? Do they get their promotions removed from them? Have you ever been told by the traders at a bookmaker that your bets are no longer welcome? If you've never been told that, if you've never had your accounts shut down, then you do not make a profit long term with your betting. You do not know how to take value, because here's the simple truth. Bookmakers can pick and choose their customers. I firmly believe this should be illegal. In my opinion, people that know how to take value in betting is no different to the people that only buy discounted goods from the shops. You're not going to see Asda and Tesco banning customers just for buying discounted products. So the fact bookies can do this is, I think, disgusting, but bookies can pick and choose their customers, and they only choose the losers. If you're a winner, you're not allowed to play. It's as simple as that. I just want to jump in here and say, if you are enjoying this video, then please hit that like button. It goes a long way and helps the channel out a lot. And if you do want to see more from me, then hit that subscribe button with notifications turned on. That'd be great. Let's get on with the rest of the video. So with that in mind, if you did previously think that you're a profitable bettor, or you think that your friends are profitable bettors, you are not. They are not. As I've already said, this video relates to value, and it's broken down into two parts. The first part is really easy to understand, and it is a pick a winner mentality. Many people out there, when they bet, they're looking to find which team are going to win, which horse is going to win, which player is going to win. The bookies encourage this because they love it, and it's not just the bookies that encourage it. Obviously, bookies advertise on TV channels, they advertise on websites, so the media is also encouraging a pick a winner mentality as well. The problem with a pick a winner mentality is that you completely forget to take into account the value on offer, or many people do at least. Because endorphins are released every time you win a bet, people want to win more and more regularly, even at the cost of losing more bets and losing a higher percentage of their bets as well. People are happy to sacrifice value just to have the feeling of winning bets more often. Perhaps that will resonate with you. I know that that is true for how I used to feel when I bet, so maybe it's true for you as well. So the next time you're going to place a bet, you don't just need to think which team or horse or player is going to win. You need to think, who of these are going to win at a good price? Let's say Manchester City are playing against some average Premier League team. Their odds are probably going to be between 1.2 and 1.4 at a guess. That's 5 to 1 on and 2 to 5 on, I believe. Not too good with my fractions anymore. I do recommend you all move to decimals. It's so much better. Just make the jump if you haven't done already. Does that scream value in that situation? Not necessarily. Of course it could. There could be value there, but it's probably going to be thin. You need to make sure that you're picking the right team at the right price. Don't just pick a winner, but pick a winner at the right price. Drill that into your mindset. Let's move on to the second part of this, because perhaps you have thought this before. Perhaps you have thought a team are underpriced or overpriced. If you have thought a team are overpriced, you'll think, I'm definitely putting them in my accumulator. I'm definitely betting on them because I'm seeing something that the market isn't. And when you bet on a team like this and it comes in, you'll think that you're a genius. And when it loses, you probably forget about it. It's much easier easier to remember the winners. Your brain just thinks like this. You forget the losers nice and easily, and that's why many people think they're profitable when they're not. It's so much easier to wipe out the losses from your memory. But even with this strategy, which is better than the pick a winner one, where you're actually factoring in the price and debating in your head whether it's a good price or not, but there is a big mistake that many people make with this, and that is that they're using information that the whole market already knows about. You may be sat there thinking, this team scored loads of goals recently and I think they're a good price, but the whole market already knows that they've scored loads of goals recently. So why is that the price? Do you really think you know more than the whole market? The hard truth is that you probably don't know more than the whole market put together, because that's the way betting odds work. As more people bet on one outcome, the odds come down and they move, and vice versa. You can see this in action on a betting exchange, which is pretty much where you should always be betting, by the way, if you're not already. What you need to be doing when you're looking at stats or team selections or anything like that, and you're trying to think about which teams could be overpriced or underpriced, you need to try and get information that isn't publicly available. Perhaps you might find a reliable source of team leaks. This is a rare one, and obviously team leaks can be very unpredictable, but we saw recently at the time of recording this, there was a Twitter account, the Anfield Express, and they never got a Liverpool team wrong. Every time they went for major rotation, you could expect the odds to drift massively. All you'd have to do was set up alerts on their Twitter. Every time they tweeted out a lineup, you'd get an alert, you'd see the team, and you could lay Liverpool or back Liverpool depending on their lineup. It really was that easy. Now, things aren't going to be made that easy for you every time, so what you need to do is you need to make sure that you can get your hands on information that other people don't have. But obviously that's easier said than done. So what you need to do is you need to try and work out certain things. Has a team just played their strongest 11 for a run of games and they're going to need to rest players? Have they just rested players? Have they had an injury to their star player that people are saying is going to be long term, and you've just found out, breaking news, this player is actually going to be fit after all? These are the types of things you need to be considering, and not just, I've looked at a form table, they've won 6 games in a row, that must mean they're going to win again. Because the market already knows that that team has won 6 games in a row. You're not a genius. You're not beating the market if that is the extent of your research. And look, I'm not just trying to sit here and be a boring bastard. I know that you put some teams in your accumulators just to bump up the odds, just to get the bigger thrill on weekends. And you know, if you're doing this for a little bit of fun, that is more than fine. But it's my job as someone in the betting industry that despises bookies and despises people losing their money. It's my job to try and make sure that you don't lose as much as you are doing already, or, you know, better than that, that you start to actually make a profit until the bookmakers shut you down, that is. Remember, it's all about finding the right bet at the right price. If you think that the odds are just a fair price and not a good price, then you have no edge. You should be avoiding these bets because they are going to be losers long term due to the bookmaker overrounds or even the betting exchange commission if you are already using an exchange. I hope you found this video useful, and if you have done, please hit that like button. It does mean a lot. If you do want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button with notifications turned on. I hope I can see you again in another video. If you do have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll try and get back to as many people as I possibly can. Until next time, have a great day.